I hate to say it, guys, but brain infusion is just unplayable now. Yo, what's up, YouTube? Lofton TCG here, bringing you obviously the most backwards video I've ever been able to bring you guys. So they just updated the forbidden list, the suspended player forbidden list, and wouldn't you know it, your boy ended up on there at 0. Which means I have been suspended from organized play for the next 365 days, and I am able to apply for reinstatement on August 31st of 2023. That being said, there's a lot of rumors and speculations going on, so I really did want to get on here and make a video about it. Number one, I am not really that bummed about it. I love playing the game. I want to play the game as much as possible, honestly, and with events being gone for a couple years and just coming back this year, it felt really good. But if I'm going to be completely honest and transparent with you guys, like I literally have always been, I've probably said some pretty questionable things throughout the years that should have probably gotten me a ban sooner than what happened now. So we're just going to look at the silver lining of it and just say, you know what, a year probably isn't that bad. I've had a couple people ask if it was about the MCOL 40 thing, where I've been exposing some of his previous behaviors in the years that I've personally known him. And when I got asked those questions, I didn't even really think that that could have been a possibility until someone just asked, and I was like, oh, well, I guess maybe, but I don't think so. Like, I don't really think Konami cares on that level. They don't, you know, if it's not directly involved with their game, I just don't think they really care. So you guys can kind of scrap that idea and get that out of your head. The only possibility that I could potentially see is if and when news got back to said individual, if he had specific ties with higher ups, maybe, like, but chances of that, I'm not banking on that. However, I did have a regional in August. I think it was August 8th. It was the side deck. There was, you know, I was there, and it was before the event started. I was minding my own business with Charlie and a couple other people, and we were playing a tier limit match, and I had a floor judge specifically come up to us and say, hey, just letting you guys know, the head judge has ruled that King of the Swamp will not be able to act as fusion substitute material from the graveyard. And I go, oh, well, that kind of changes the entire element of the deck, because that's how the card is supposed to work. So I guess we'll just figure it out. So I ended up just tweeting literally that. Said, hey, you know, just apparently this is how it's going to be ruled. This is the head judge's name. I mean, that's all I said. That's all it was. The email that I got, and I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to talk about the emails. I saw the email, and the email that they gave me didn't say I could not disclose any information on it. But I've made mistakes before, and this ends up getting me a longer sentence, and I messed up. That's my bad. But I read the email a few times, and there was nothing in there that said, do not disclose this information. So, okay, cool. Trying to learn here. But they said it was unsportsmanlike conduct, and it was derogatory terms towards judge staff, judge and event staff, maybe just a judge staff. Which in my tweets there were none of those whatsoever. I even tweeted that I will update you guys as the tournament goes on to see if the ruling clarification, or if the ruling gets clarification. And then round 2 it did, and I tweeted that it has been addressed. That is not how King of the Swamp is going to be ruled. So I've had a lot of people say, well, you didn't even take accountability, saying like, oh, well, the judge fixed this, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, I did, and the tweets are still there. Now, with that being said, I can't really think of a reason why that could warrant the suspension. The punishment didn't match the words of the email. They didn't match up to the words that I said via my Twitter. I'm not very familiar with Konami policy, so I'm not like, this is not my, I don't think I should have been banned, whatever, because probably there's something in the policy that I ended up messing up on. But, you know, it's live and learn type of situation. At the end of the day, In my attempt of trying to be a content creator and a pillar for the Yu-Gi-Oh community, through Konami's eyes, I am seen as somebody that people go to and try to get information from. And I guess if they let my behavior slide, then other people, it may open up the door for other people to also have that said behavior and think it's okay. If I could go back, I would do the exact same thing again, because at the time I really just didn't think I was doing anything wrong. I still don't really think surface level I did anything wrong, but while trying to be a content creator or trying to be somebody that has somewhat of a social media influence on the community, yes, I could see it then, and maybe that's what Konami was looking at and saying, hey, we can't allow this type of behavior. So, okay, cool, got it. I don't really want comparisons of like, oh, this person has said way worse or this person has done way worse, because yeah, maybe they have, but oh well, this isn't about them. This is about, them catching me, them not liking what I said. It has nothing to do with other people. Like, I take full responsibility for my actions, I take full responsibility for my tweets. I told you guys from the very beginning, I'm transparent as hell with you guys, and my opinions are my opinions, and I don't want to be felt like I'm limited to what I can say or what I can do by anybody. And I'm always going to tweet, always going to say what I want to say. And if there are negative repercussions that come with it, then that, so be it. And that's just an L that I'll have to take. So I don't really know where the year will go for me as far as content creation, but I do know that I'm not stopped from making content, and I do know that I do have a lot of ideas that I can still incorporate into the community. For me, it was, you see a bunch of content creators and they go to events because they want to do well at events, but they're great at content creating. It was definitely a different story for me. It was, I can seemingly at least do somewhat well at events, and then I wanted to break into content creating because I thought I could have a pretty impactful status in the community. And a lot of you guys have really reciprocated that, because I get a lot of DMs, I get a lot of interactions from you guys saying how much I've helped, and I really appreciate that. So I don't really want to disappear at all in the least bit. But like I said, I don't think the punishment fits the words that I used, if that is what they are referring to. I don't know what else they would refer to. I have absolutely no idea. I do know that, at the beginning of every event, it's, hey, my name is the head judge. I'm the head judge. This is my name. This is the event, whatever. This is the TO, cool, whatever. So, like, it's not like a secret of who the head judge would have been. So I just really honestly didn't think using the head judge's name in my tweet was going to be a problem, because, I tweet like, hey, I'm going to go to this event. Anybody that has access to the internet could have been like, hey, man, who's the head judge of the event? And anybody would have just known. And anybody, in the Midwest or whatever, the head judges are generally pretty known. And it's just not a secret. So honestly, name dropping was the least of my concern. And like I said, if I could go back, I would have done it again, because at the time, I don't think I really did anything wrong with the name drop. And you know what? If I did something wrong with that in Konami's eyes, maybe it'll take a year to learn my lesson. And if I don't learn my lesson, then I guess they will readdress a punishment if I mess up again. And if my ban is longer than a year, then, I guess we'll go from there. But like I said, I like the game. I like the community. I like interacting with you guys. Don't feel sad or bad for me if you do. I just went 2 years without playing because of COVID. What's one more year, It's not going to stop me from interacting with my friends. It's not going to stop me from posting. It's not going to stop me from keeping up with product, unless. So I'm still going to have fun with it. I'm still going to be around. I will not be around at OTS events or regional level or YCS events, Konami. I promise you, I won't do that. Don't get me. But yeah, if you guys still feel like interacting with me, hit me up in my DMs. Message me on Twitter or leave a comment here, and we can go from there. So until next time, guys, thank you.